One little kid sits alone to cry. Who is that kid with pen and pad now ready to die? That's just Sean of the 4th grade, sitting alone with paper making an ace of spade. Intense playing cards, ready to raid. Fascinated with Yu-Gi-Oh! Always play. Used to play soccer with the kids on the field. Told Sean to get lost, he was ready to heal. But put with the ball as he wasn't wheeled. People aim for the head, so he used the goal. Used to play soccer with the kids on the field. Told Sean to get lost, he was ready to yield. But put with the ball as he wasn't wheeled. People aim for the head, so he used the goal as a shield. As the kid went alone looking for a pal, the kid would sit down listening to Weird Al. So he tried playing basketball, but did hear foul. The kids all laughed, so he cried as if they were Simon Cowell. He tried playing kickball, baseball, and tag, but was tossed from each field like a frag. Clop, 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 went his boots on the asphalt after capture the flag. The kids didn't like Sean, felt he was a drag, but not a thought of suicide crossed his kid's mind, because he just thought they could kiss his behind. So he sat alone, picked on, discriminated, fined, because from 6th grade, he got worse than meat grind. So he felt each year he had no friend, till grade 9, his luck bend. As the kid went alone looking for a pal, the kid would sit down listening to Weird Al. So he tried playing basketball, but to hear foul. The kids all laughed, so he cried as if they were Simon Cowell. But not a thought of suicide crossed his kid's mind, because he just thought they could kiss his behind. So he sat alone, picked on, but discriminated, fined, because come 6th grade he got worse than me grind. So he felt each year he had no friend, till grade 9 his love bend.
Next to do rap, ain't that 1 for the dozen, 2 for the street, 3 for them dancing by the sound of his feet, 4 for the sunglasses and peak toe streak, 5 for the guy not named Pipsqueak, and then active by his side, it's Doodle. Doodletones is who I am today, with an attitude on my shelf, okay. And anyone who thinks the chorus is short, it's a chord, okay. Create your own version. Doodletones is who I am today, with an attitude on my shelf, okay. And anyone who thinks the chorus is short, it's a chorus, okay. Create your own. 1 for the dozen, 2 for the street, 3 for him dancing by the sound of his feet, 4 for the sunglasses and peak toe streak, 5 for the guy not named Pipsqueak, and then active by his side, it's Doodle. Listen to the beat.
Started March 20th, yeah, in the spring, and I was looking for something to satisfy myself, making beats, showing off my raps. So this is the way I started my naps. It was just peace from Doodletones from there on out. Then I heard about earthquake victims and I wanted to shout, cause the memories of the good days disappeared before me. Cord your nets for these, so no photos please. We all just have to sing along to DJ Chip beats and DJ Din Dink songs, because I reached 100 only 26 have done that. I'm climbing up from the top, I ain't going back. So I'm trying some more to give you the core, and I'll try to never be sore, because I'll have 100 more. And I'll just hang up on the mantle to give the KCRPSA music example. I'm an overachiever now, a real guitar. Wow, it's a warning to you all. This is to make up for that last song's fall. I'm just a little RC car, mega mixing it up. I'm not 1 week away from school, but I reached 100. Only 26 have done that. I'm climbing up from the top, I ain't going back. So I'm trying some more to give you the core, and I'll try to never be sore, because I'll have 100 more. Now Took says enjoyed the chorus. Music Shake is the only place Degeneracy sees. I'm just making a sound song, a bittersweet symphony. Listening to 11 minutes of Bells of Roxy. In a Mexican restraint, but I'm in middle school too. No, I isn't just another Tones freestyle. Ooh, my raps will live on, or my name isn't Sean. I reached 100, only 26 have done that. I'm climbing up from the top, I ain't going back. So I'm trying some more to give you the core, and I'll try to never be sore, because I'll have 100 more. Just getting swirls of candy with my easy beats. I'm untitled, looking at hellfire angels in the streets. It's no longer a new beginning, this is what Bodrum does. I got questions, I'm sure.
Now
Are you
for
gonna
me,
be going over the stuff at the top?
yes, I'm going to be going over practically everything. We are live and
Okay.
they can hear us.
Oh no.
Just so I'd let you know, they can hear us. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, people.
Hold on. I want to give just like a warning at the very beginning. Do not eat during the stream. Do not eat during this stream.
Okay, so just want to tell you guys what I got going on here. I pulled out all the stops for this. I'm very excited to cover it. I have my regular chat working. You can actually see it up there. You can see the chat on the screen. So if you guys want to chat and say anything, it will actually appear. It will actually be updated. It is a real chat. And I have the super chat stuff set up, and it is pretty funny for what the super chat notification is. Let me pull up what the super chat notification is.
No. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
What do you mean don't spoil it? We might not get a super chat.
Alright, fine. Fair enough.
It's extremely valid. I don't have this stupid little thing tracking how many super chats we get, so it doesn't really matter. Oh no, they're eating Taco Bell. You might as well. You're gonna puke. That's what's gonna happen.
That one's
Okay.
that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Okay, prepare yourself. We're gonna hit launch on this. We're gonna test a super chat.
This is fucking extortion!
Whenever we get a super chat, Doodle will scream, "This is fucking extortion." So if you guys want to hear Doodletones screech, "This is fucking extortion," be sure to super chat. If you don't, that's fine. I don't expect anyone to. But we have it there. It's funny. It's a cute little gimmick. So
Pretty funny, not gonna lie.
let's get into looking at this. So, a year ago, I think it was, with the assistance of Lava, made this giant Doodletones doc. I want to say I made the first 13 pages of it, and then Lava made like 400 more pages. Yes, that is a throne made of diapers.
Yeah, the first handful of pages you did.
Okay, So, just to give you guys a little catch up, Doodletones has finally fallen. The Diaper throne has been destroyed. And we are going to do what I am known for doing, kicking people while they're down. So we're going to kick Doodles while they're down, and I doubt Doodle's ever going to get back up. So, no big response. The channel's fucking deleted. Doodle is dead. So, we are going to be going over the Doodletones document, because I don't think anybody's going to read the Doodletones document on a stream, because this document gets really raunchy. It gets really inappropriate, and it even shows a lot of lewd stuff, because Doodle is a weird person. So I'm going to sit and read through this. We'll interact with you, chat, and just respond to what you're saying live. And if you have any input you want to give, go ahead and give it, because this is a celebration of the death of Doodletones.
My input is I want to die. This is bad. I'm not joking. It's gonna start off light, but it's going to get really bad.
Robot47 said, crazy how last time Doodle was in drama and stuff, I was in school. Now I'm old and Doodle is still in drama. Doodle will never leave drama. Also, hi, super heavy weapons guy. Okay. Doodletones, Degeneracy Archive. This is an archive made to show that Doodles always has been and always will be a creep. First of all, who is Doodletones? Info about Doodle. So let's click on this wiki, which I am shocked works. Oh my god, they edited it. This page is about a dangerous individual. Specifically, Suzanne Doodletones was found to have defended a groomer, Horace Tome, and gaslighted, I think you mean gaslit, said grooma victims. Lio probably wrote
Whoever
this.
edited this clearly was in a rush.
Into apologizing to him. Him? Okay, to George. And victim blaming Leo for 26 minutes. The victim...
Yeah, dude, Horace.
The victim blaming video in question. This, alongside their negligence in the FCK, is why she is labeled dangerous. It is advised to steer clear of the subject of this page entirely. This page has been protected in order to avoid potential vandalism or drama from emerging on it. If any changes... Okay, that's crazy. This user does not associate with us anymore. So this
I did not know. I did not know this was updated last. I'm glad they're on top of it like that.
You might
usually it's
you might have to close chat on your end because you're kind of laggy.
Who's like, yeah, no. Chat, you see what you do.
I don't know if your internet
connection.
connection.
Do this to me, chat.
I don't know if your internet connection is stable enough to be in the call and watching chat. But yeah, this is a summary.
They probably would like that hellish werewolf. They probably would.
Can you hang up and call back? You're laggy, like really bad.
Is it that bad?
Yes, it is that bad.
Okay, I'm back. Is it still laggy?
Chat can tell you there was not a bing where you hang up and call back. That's how laggy it is.
Damn.
But yeah, hopefully it's better. But yeah, this is just a summary of Doodletones' history in the CC. You don't really need to know anything about this because, like, this is just basic Doodletone stuff. I guess I'll read it anyway, though. Doodletones is also known as Susie Doodle. She is a commentator who started commentaries in 2015. Before then, she did everything from rants to gameplay videos and even did vlogging as a self-loathed parody series of ERB. You could tell this was written by Doodle, which is what she believes helped kick off her channel when she is wrong. She started commentaries because she thought they looked fun. Oh, is it still fun? But this initially went nowhere.
This is extortion.
It went nowhere now, too. It never went anywhere. As she
No.
was criticized for being very boring in her delivery, I can relate to that, while having a tendency to cut people off, to have nothing to say. She briefly became a bandwagon a lot after she did a commentary on Master TP10, after which she took the resulting criticism given to her and progressively got a higher reputation. She then became a member of BOP by taking it over on October 2016 and started DLC TV, which was a horrible fucking stream and has a lot of horrible fucking stuff said on it. A podcast-like series where she and guests covered videos the same month, but was canceled in 2017 because she kept getting in too much shit. She founded the commentary group The Cloud Palace in November 2017. She was also a member of POG, Purely Odd Grandmasters. She departed the community.
You don't remember POG?
No.
It's okay, I don't either.
She departed the community. She departed from the community May 22nd, 2024, retiring from commentaries as a result. So that's all you need to know from the commentary wiki.
I told you May 22nd, 2024 was when the Cloud Palace completely closed down. I told you. I sent you that.
Yeah. So, that's all you need to know about that info about Doodle. Now, we're going to way too much info about Doodle. And this is 100 things about... Oh my god, what is this? Why is it like this? What are these colors?
You've never clicked on this before. Yeah, no, it's terrible. It's terribly spaced. I hate it.
Why is it
Oh!
purple?
No, I know why it's like that. It's a new update not Discord, DeviantArt has done. If you're not signed in, it's going to default to night mode, which means a lot of like legacy posts have been archived in the base mode. So it's just like it's really ugly and terrible to look at. You're gonna have to just highlight
hold
it all
on,
to be
hold
able
on.
to read it.
I'm going to disable my window capture for a second, and I'm gonna sign in on my DeviantArt because unlike Bo Blacks, I'm not fucking stupid.
You don't use your DeviantArt, so.
Well, I'm saying I'm not just gonna give people access to all my computer info.
Well, I would like to hope not.
Yeah. What do you mean? This account was originally created with the email address. No, I literally... Fine, whatever. I will make a new one.
No, you're gonna have to change your settings, because you haven't used DeviantArt in ages, so you're gonna have to change your settings. Hold on, let me open my DeviantArt so I can, walk you through the steps.
No, I don't care.
Steps.
Give me a second.
Okay, then you're just gonna sit there and have to highlight it. Just hover over your name up at the top next to submit. Okay.
I told you I'm doing something.
What are you doing?
I'm fucking making an account.
What?
I'm making an account real quick. I'm just gonna take
That's not going to change anything. It's going to default you to night mode.
Why can't I just flick it back to day mode when I have an account?
You can, but yeah, if you have it, that's what I was trying to tell you. I was trying to walk you through the steps to just change it to
well, you gotta give me a second.
Or legacy mode.
You gotta give me a second.
If you make a new account, it's just gonna put you back on dark mode.
I don't know my password and stuff. Is that username taken? Someone already took dumb username 69. That one's already taken. Dumb username 96. There we go. I'm discovering art. Continue. We'll go for mature mode. Fan art. Pokemon anime. There, now let me fucking click on shit. Good. Now, how do I get off this now since I'm logged in?
You're so dumb.
I did
Okay,
not expect fucking
go.
DeviantArt to be bullshit.
Yeah, I found that out recently. I completely forgot about it.
Okay, now what do I do?
Up at the top where your profile is, next to the submit button,
Yeah.
go down to theme and click the little green dinosaur.
Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
1,000 times
Yeah, it
over,
fixes
thank
it.
you. Oh, fuck, I closed the... Give me a second.
Closed it. Good job, good job.
No, I closed the Doodletones doc.
No, Shift Control T.
Okay, there we go. We got everything back up. Fucking DeviantArt has to be one of the worst websites ever made. Jesus, like I'm reading ancient text. It is like reading ancient text because, like, DeviantArt. I fucking hate DeviantArt. But yeah, okay, so 100 Things About Me by SD the Doodler, which is Doodletones' account. Full name, Sean Michael Hembry, and that is Doodle doxing themselves all the way back in 2015. Male/female, transgender. Were you named after anyone? No, my name comes from the fact my mother wanted to name her kids 4-letter names, as most words are seen as inappropriate, are in fact 4 letters. I can only assume that my father also had a hand in naming me. I do not know if he liked the wrestler Shawn Michaels, but my first and middle name are commonly compared to the 1988 World Wrestling Federation champion Michael Shawn. Oh, different one, not Shawn Michaels. Okay. Oh, it is Shawn Michaels. Okay, I didn't know his name wasn't Shawn Michaels. What the fuck? So, it is a possibility. Another possibility is that whoever named me just wanted my name to rhyme with his name, being John. Oh no, John named his son Sean. I wasn't named after anyone to my knowledge, but there are a couple theories of how I obtained my name. Does your name mean anything? I don't fucking care about that. That's dumb. Nicknames.
There's a lot of really useless, stupid information, but there is also a lot of docs information. Just really giving up that.
I get called Doodle by a lot of people, which I'm in fact fine with. In fact, I prefer that being called over Sean. Another name I like to go by is Susie. I could have given a sarcastic answer and list all the insults I was called throughout my life, but I feel like being serious right now. What do you think you look like name-wise? If I was to only go off my name, I'd imagine an Irishman, not a fat, long-haired American. And I have seen Doodle's face. Doodle is not fat. If Doodle was fat, I would make fun of Doodle for being fat. Doodle is skinnier than Bo Black's.
Doodle is fat.
Did Doodle get fat?
Doodle just wears corsets. Doodle wears corsets.
Doodle has a very thin face if Doodle is fat, because Doodle does not look fat.
Fat.
Date of birth, January 18th. Place of birth and current location. I was born in a hospital, no shit, located somewhere in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And now we know what state to blame. At least that's what I have been led to believe. You actually weren't born, you were created from a test tube. Maybe I was born in a different city, but nevertheless, I was born in Arkansas. After my grandfather died in 2003, we moved to Denver, Colorado, where I haunt to this day, and have lived in Colorado ever since. Nationality, American. Astrology sign, seeing how I was born January 18th, I would be the mountain sea goat, more commonly known as a Capricorn. I don't know if there's any notable people that are Capricorns.
I don't know. I've never heard it be called a mountain sea goat. I know it's a sea goat, but I've never heard anyone refer to it as a mountain sea goat. Like, that's fucking stupid.
Chinese astrology sign, I fall under the fire ox. Religion. Religion is so weird to me. I mean, I could cop out and say atheist, but in a sense, I really don't fall under atheist. But my belief in religion can be boiled down to, if there is a God, he's as flawed as I am. So, why would I worship another human? If there isn't, that would explain all of the terrible things that have happened to the world, and me more in particular. I'm very unsure what would be called, but that's the gist of it. Doodle's pretentious. That's the gist of it. What's your favorite smell? I'm gonna say you're not being honest with whatever answer you give.
It's funnel cakes.
This is kind of a weird question. I suppose the smell of funnel cakes are wonderful. Such a shame I don't get them often. It's Pampers. It's freshly opened Pampers. Don't let Doodle lie to you. Political.
I'd rather be lied to. I'd rather it be funnel cakes than anything else.
Political position.
Especially because like funnel cakes already aren't that good. They're really greasy.
Political position. I don't want to shove myself into a box as Democrat or Republican, so you suck. There we go. What do you prefer to drink in the mornings? Diet Pepsi. Doodle has a mountain of Pepsi bottles.
Mountain.
A giant mountain of Pepsi bottles.
I want to explain to the chat that when we say mountain, we do genuinely mean mountain.
Yeah.
Doodle had a mountain of empty 2-liter Diet Pepsis taped to the side of their bookcase.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. It was literally, I don't know why. She didn't just throw them away. I guess it's like some kind of compulsion to just collect them and build it up into a giant tower. But they were literally taped to the fucking bookcase.
And you know Doodle didn't wash those out.
No exaggeration.
Doodle did not wash those bottles out.
I wasn't paying that much attention to it, but I would not be shocked.
Hair plus eye color, and she spelled it the European way because she's a cunt. Brown hair, blue eyes, bad combo. Do you look like anyone famous? I'm not even going to humor you. Michael Cera's funny, though. What do you look like? I guess a long-haired Michael Cera. Okay, so now it's not even I guess. Now it's like you're saying it twice. Any unusual talents? I could say a lot. I don't feel like I'm talented, so not to my knowledge. Though people seem to be impressed by the fact.
Doodle has a very special talent for fucking everything up.
And shitting her pants. Impressed by how fast I can read, write, draw, and rap.
No, you can't. No, you fucking can't.
I am warning you guys. This series is not going to be one part. There is going to be one episode, if Doodle doesn't delete it, where we listen to Doodle's raps. That is the stream where I will die.
That's the stream where everyone's going to die.
But I feel it's not very unique to have these feats. Eminem should just feel terrible about himself. Righty, lefty, or ambidextrous? Right-handed, though I'm trying to teach myself how to... Why? Why would you need to use your left hand if you're right-handed?
Because.
Like Asmongold and his cups? I don't know about that.
I don't watch Asmongold. Does he have a bunch of cups?
I have no idea.
Cup,
I'll just say that
laying around.
I'll just say that that's true. Diet Pepsi can at least be regular Pepsi. No, it has to be Diet Pepsi.
Nope, it is specifically Diet.
So they were hoarding trash, yes. What do you do for a living? Nothing. Nothing ever. Oh, hi, Lio. Good luck listening to the rap. You must be behind on the news. She nuked the channel. Oh, no, I know she nuked her channel. I thought for a second he said she nuked the rap channel. I was about to be like, oh, no, oh, no.
Of everything. Don't worry.
I thought he was saying she nuked the rap channel. If she
No,
nukes the
no,
rap,
no.
I'm gonna be so sad. I haven't backed any of it up. Um,
I'm surprised Lio found the stream.
Nothing
Did
yet.
someone link it?
One day I hope to start monetizing my reviews on YouTube and do that for a living. Pour one out for the homie. But I'm far away from ever doing that, and you never did that, and never will do that. What do you do for fun?
No, she kind of did. It just didn't really go anywhere. And that's honestly probably for the better, because knowing what we know now, it might have been so much
Doodle
worse.
still has multiple YouTube channels up. She has her cartoon review channel
Lio,
up.
do you not have her? Lio, do you not have her card? Do you not know she has like 6 different channels?
Yeah, she only deleted the main
Lio,
Doodletones
where are you?
channels.
Where have you been?
Yeah.
Oh, Lio, you are behind. Okay, so she has like 6 or 7 full channels, not listing any that are not included on her card, and at least 2 of them have been permanently deleted. The the Doodletones account is only privated, so like she has a stream account where all of the videos are currently privated, and I guarantee you, Lio, if you ask Doodle about it, you can probably get the October 2019 stream where she went off and was victim blaming Leo for the George Raccoon stuff. I doubt that's been deleted. I bet you it's only been privated.
Okay, what do you do for fun? Obsess about cartoons to an almost autistic level. What are your favorite art materials you like to work with? Personally, I like
She
Crayola,
said she was deleting
Model
all of her
Magic.
channels. Interesting that she only deleted the convenient ones.
Yeah, no, Doodle will always lie to you.
Ooh.
Doodle will
Yeah,
always lie to you, Lio.
Literally, Lio, everything Doodle says, take as a half-truth. There is a, like 80% chance Doodle is lying to you about something with what she says. Doodles lies so much. And, like, I never knew Doodles personally. I've just been looking into her, and through everything I see, like, I'll see that she said something, and then I'll find evidence that she did, like, partially that thing, but also completely lied at the same time. So, like, it's really bad. Well, if she privated it, I wouldn't be surprised, but we're not in contact anymore. Oh, cut contact. Okay.
Okay.
That's too bad, because, I bet you that stream was bad, because Doodles said she was angry, and Doodles angry is never a good thing, and the fact that Doodles doubled down on the opinions about the George stuff and had people apologize to the fucking groomer, like, I'm genuinely disgusted. And from what I've seen, it was a full double down on her opinions of the fucking George Dragoon stuff. And it upset me so much when I saw that.
What are your favorite art materials? Personally, I prefer a pencil and paper. What materials do you like to work with? An artist tablet. Have you met your grandparents? Once, Mr. and Mrs. Hambry seemed to be very nice people who unfortunately adopted a sociopath. Boyfriend/girlfriend. Never had one. Probably never will.
Which I think I could be mistaken, chat. Take this with a grain of salt. I think Doodles did end up dating someone. I think Jace. I could be completely wrong. Jace, Mavie Station.
Current worries. My biggest worry.
You can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
My biggest worry. Well, it's already been realized when my grandmother learned about my love of fetishism. My biggest worry is now probably getting a fan base that is similar to PewDiePie's fans. Loving and adoring?
Calls are coming out on Friday. Thank you for that knowledge.
I'm very excited for that.
You said they were coming out last weekend, and they did not come out last weekend.
Favorite place to be? Hermited in my bedroom. Least favorite place to be? Anywhere else, with some exceptions.
Well, apparently Doodle's been going to the store a lot lately, because Doodle just can't give people the information they need, because Doodle's been busy at the stores.
That's the exceptions. She goes to the store and gets lost in the diaper aisle. It's a big aisle.
Hey, god damn it.
Have you ever broke a bone? I cracked my skull. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
It's a Goku type deal. I cracked my skull open when I was 6 or 7. After that incident happened when I jumped on the bed. She was one of the little monkeys and hit the window. So does that count? So Doodletones has severe brain trauma. That explains 100% what's going on.
This is literally why we have the song Five Little Monkeys Jumping on the Bed. Like, you don't jump on the bed. You literally, like, fall off and you crack your head. You don't do
Lio
that.
says, yeah, she was dating Jace. Jace is a real piece of work himself, too. So you can hear them on Ren's channel. And yeah, the calls weren't released yet because we needed things. We have them now. Okay, great.
Okay. Very excited to hear that. And also,
ew! Favorite cereal, honeycomb?
With Ren. Fuck you. Honeycombs are good.
Fuck you. I can eat it dry. Ew.
Okay, I can't eat it dry, but like honeycombs are good. I have been keeping up with Ren. I genuinely feel so bad for him. Like, Ren has been put through the ringer by these people. It's really sad. I've watched a part of that video that Ren put up about Jace, but I didn't really understand what was going on. So I haven't watched it in full, so...
Person you cry with. This is extremely relevant for now. I like to cry with me, myself, and I. Any sisters? Unfortunately, no. I would have loved to have a bond with a sister, and maybe learn to be more feminine from her. But sadly, I didn't have one to look up to. Doodletones is extremely into incest stuff. Doodletone should not have a sibling.
All I'm going to say, it's a good thing that ended up not being true, because I would feel so bad for her sister.
Yeah.
Like, that would be really bad.
Doodletones is really into incest stuff. Doodletones cannot be trusted with a sibling. Any brothers? 2. One big brother and one little brother. My little brother has a DeviantArt under Ponator. If you guys are interested, don't tell him I sent you, though. He'll know. Any pets? Yes, 6 fuzzy demons called cats, and some fish I tend to forget are there. Oh no, all the fish are dead.
Poor fish.
They're all dead. She forgot about them.
I do want to say though, leave his poor brother alone. He's already got to deal with Doodle
Any illnesses?
So, like, please leave the guy alone.
I wonder why your grandma would think you have a mental illness.
Oh no.
To my knowledge, no. Then again, I don't like to self-diagnose myself with any mental or physical illness. From what Doodle told me, we talked about it before, because I had to assure Doodletones that despite my behaviors, I am not autistic. Doodletones has never been tested for any mental illnesses. So God only knows what's actually going on.
Doodles has flip-flopped, I've seen. Like, Doodles will say, oh no, I've never been tested. And then on occasion, I have seen her say, oh yeah, I was tested. I am not autistic. But I have more so commonly see her say, no, I was never tested.
Yeah, her saying that she was
just...
tested is her just stealing my response. A personal phone line...
The last time I saw her say if she was tested or not, she said that she was not tested. So I'm guessing, like, people kept calling her autistic, so she's like, no, I was tested, I'm not. And, like, now that's died down, so she's like, yeah, I've never been tested.
Do you have a personal phone line? No, but I do have Skype, which is a great substitute. Doodle used to have all of her stuff on Skype. Everything that you're getting from the Cloud Palace and any other group that is being dissected right now, that does not compare to the 4 years worth of Skype logs. Like, tons of Doodletone stuff.
Multiple Skype accounts.
Yeah.
Like, it's really sad that Skype ended earlier this month, because if not, well,
even then, Skype still deleted stuff after, like, 3 years.
Just like the Cloud Palace, you would probably have so much to go through. What?
Skype deleted logs.
I thought it recently.
No, Skype always deleted logs.
Yeah, but Doodle saved logs.
I know, but it wouldn't do no good to get Doodle Skype, because they delete logs after, like, 3 years. Pool or hot tub? No. A car? Yes, actually. I got a hand-me-down car. Doodle drives?
Oh, no, Doodle has a car. Doodle cannot drive. Doodle does not know how to drive.
Oh. Well, then why did they give Doodle a car?
Doodle does not drive. I'm guessing because they were hopeful that Doodle would learn to drive.
Yeah, all the old CC stuff happened on Skype. So everything leading up to 2019 was all Skype. So only from the pandemic era onward was Doodle on Discord.
No.
She
You're
was
wrong.
using
Doodle's been on
Discord.
Skype since at least 2017, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So it's like, no, she was on Skype earlier than that. She was on Skype earlier in 2017. This, it doesn't matter. But yeah, at least like 4 years of Skype stuff. Describe your personality. I am very cynical, very dry, very serious. Not much fun to be around. Almost always depressed about something. With small bursts of happiness which tend to last like 10 minutes before something else festers in my mind and puts me back into funks. Yeah, that tracks. Yeah. Driving. I've been told by my mom and uncle that I drive okay. Just have trouble starting and stopping the car. The most important parts. That's SpongeBob.
Well, the reasons why it tracks is just because Doodle herself is a negative person. Like, Doodles is almost always looking for something to be negative about, and will let literally anything affect her mood.
Driving.
If she just learned to chill and wasn't constantly online, she would probably be a happier person.
Driving does not seem like it'd be a good skill for Doodle. Your clothing style, hobo, we already know. Room, messy, pop bottles everywhere. What's missing? From what? School, I dropped out of high school due to the immense stress and urges to basically end it from dealing with online homeschool. Dropped out from online school. And all the problem it suffers from, be it offline internet, constant work to work on. Maybe that's why you failed school with that grammar.
The school is giving me schoolwork, and I have to sit down and do schoolwork instead of roleplay online. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna cry about how online school sucked.
The website being down, things placed in weird areas in different classes. It's just a shit show, and I had to get out of. And I'm working on getting my GED. They did not get their GED. Bed. I don't sleep with bed sheets, just blankets, you fucking weirdo. And a ton of pillows.
Gross. What the fuck? You have bed sheets because you sweat in your sleep.
Yeah.
You have bed sheets so you can take the gross sheets off and wash them and have clean sheets on. So you need to wash your sheets every 2 weeks. If you're not washing your sheets every 2 weeks, you're probably gross because you're sleeping in a lot of sweat. Like, that's just nasty.
Relationship with your parents. I butt, incorrectly spelled, with my butt heads with my guardians on various subjects like my fetishes. Recently I've been fighting against this gluten-free, carb-free diet my mother wants to put me and my brothers on. But I butt heads, wrong butt again, that's why you failed school, with my uncle on everything under the sun. Pop music, feminism, my own opinions on zombies, you name it, very important stuff. And I've argued about the existence of God with my grandmother during a mental breakdown. Wow, what a cunt. She was having a mental breakdown she was having? So she's having a mental breakdown and you're like, hey, old lady, God don't exist and you're gonna die. It's nothing but the deep, dark abyss for you.
That's really not surprising from Doodle, because Doodle doesn't really care about others. Like, she's gotten better at pretending like she cares, but Doodle just does not fucking care. So,
at the
I'm
time,
really not sure.
I wasn't aware she was having. As for my father, I never knew him. Oh, that tracks. He left when I was 3 months old after he allegedly tried suffocating me. After he allegedly tried suffocating me with a pillow, he was trying to save us all. He was the hero we needed. My stepfather, I had kinda an awkward relationship with him, as I never really felt close enough with him. I was always closer to my grandfather, who is, well, deceased. Good thing he didn't see what you became.
I feel so conflicted, because, like, you're mean, I want to defend Doodle, because you're being mean. But at the same time,
you can't, I get to bully!
Doodle is sexually attracted
defend.
to children.
Yeah,
like,
you
this,
can't
this
defend
document
it
is
this
literally
time.
chock full of evidence of Doodle, like, sexually role-playing as children, and also has defended at least one groomer and forced the victims of the groomer to apologize to the groomer and gaslit them into not believing that they were actually groomed. And from what I knew, there was at least 2 groomers at the Cloud Palace who they just, like, let rampant. The one was George Raccoon, another one was, I actually don't know the name. I don't know if that's, like, public information, so I'm not going to really say it. But, like, it's... I really can't defend Doodle.
Fucking Robo47 is right. Doodletones' dad is like Bardock from Dragon Ball Z. He, like, had glimpses of the future and just sees Medicare in diapers, and he's like, it has to end. Frieza! Do you believe in love at first sight? Oh, wait. Do you believe in yourself? Well, I'm aware I exist, so in a sense, yes. Do I believe in myself spiritually? No, obviously. Do you believe in love at first sight? No. Okay, that's all you need to know. Consider yourself a good listener? I'm too good. Being a critic, I listen to everything.
No. There's a difference between hearing what someone says and listening to what someone says. Doodle does not listen. Doodle hears. Doodle does not pay attention to what you say.
Have a future dream that you would like to share? Not particularly. Get along with your parents? No. Save your email conversations? I rarely check my emails. Pray? See religion. Believe in reincarnation? I find reincarnation fascinating. I'd like to be a bimbo. A blonde bimbo that wears diapers when I reincarnate. I kinda wish it was real, but sadly, logic and reason, tips Fedora, tells me it makes no sense. Just like your god. Brush your teeth twice a day? No. Probably not even once a day. Like to talk on the phone? Not particularly.
Doodle showers, so I wouldn't be shocked.
But it's a necessity. Like to eat? Yes, I'm one of those people who eat whenever I'm bored. Like to exercise? Walking to the store makes me feel better about myself. So Doodle was needing to feel a lot better about herself. That's why she just got lost in the store for 3 months. Doodletones really need to feel better. And apparently walking around the store makes Doodle sweaty and exhausted. Like to watch sports? I'm just gonna say no. Sing in the car? Not anymore. I used to a lot, but it got on everyone's nerves when they found out how out of tune I am. Yeah, that's fucking raps. So I just stopped doing it altogether. Though when I'm at home alone with Pandora on, I won't hold it in. What is a dream that you have all the time? There is not one dream. I have a dream. There are aspects in my dreams that reoccur, but no one dreams.
No.
Fuck you, it'd be funny. Dream in color?
No.
Often, sometimes in black and white. Do you have nightmares? Medicare. Sleep with stuffed animals? Not anymore. They're all still packed in a box in my room, so I don't have the ability to snuggle with a stuffed animal. Right next to you, my stack of empty Diet Pepsi. Stack of empty Diet
literal
Pepsi.
Stack.
Yeah. Your favorite coffee cup? My favorite coffee mug, bro.
That's sad. That's sad.
on your mouse pad, Micro Center Computer Electronics. Your favorite flavor gum? I can't chew gum. There's a chemical in it that causes my stomach to ache when I chew on it. Your brand of deodorant? I don't wear deodorant. Your dreams of honeymoon spot? See boyfriend/girlfriend. Dream husband? See boyfriend/girlfriend. Hiding in your closet? Still in the closet.
You
Under
need
your
to
bed?
actually read it. You can't be
Okay,
making
fine.
shit up.
Nothing
damn
is
it.
hiding in there. There's no room for anything too. Closet is small. Ha ha ha. Name of your closest best friend. I don't have any friends. Everyone hates me. Your bad time of the day. From when I wake up to when I go to sleep, which is 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. apparently. Your worst fears. I have arachnophobia. Nitrophobia? Acrophobia,
The dark.
apipophobia, and the fear of sitting under chandeliers. That's a lot of phobias.
I actually don't know what abiphobia. Oh, it's a fear of bees.
Your favorite time of year? Late fall, early winter. Same. This is where the temperature in Colorado is nice. Your favorite holiday? Also, fuck you, Doodletones. I'm gonna go on a mini rant. Fucking Lava said we can't live in Colorado because you exist there. I wanted to move to Colorado, and that's like the number one reason to not move there. So I'm very
God,
fucking mad
no.
about it.
We're not going to Colorado. It's just ew.
I
And that's the
honestly
reason.
don't like holidays. The older I get, the less I care about them. Though I'd be lying if I didn't say I liked Christmas. For all the stuff I get, hey, only human. Doodletones is like the actual Greg Heffley. Doodletones is like
Honestly, she
real life
is.
Greg Heffley.
She is. Like, I won't lie, it is nice to get stuff. But that's not the whole reason why I like Christmas. It's also really nice to give stuff and just the festive feeling in the air. And just being there around people you care about and showing them that you love them. Like, that's why Christmas is
I
good.
like Christmas
Just
music,
to enjoy it for
cold
the stuff
weather.
that you get for Christmas, like, you're kind of a fucking loser.
I like
And I'm
Christmas
not
music,
sorry.
cold weather, the attitude people have. It's just a bunch of reasons. A material weakness. Well, see your favorite holiday. I have material weaknesses. Too many to list. Hey, I'm selfish, but I'll admit it. Wink, wink. The weirdest food or drink that you like. Diet Pepsi seems to be weird to people who see me with it. I also like possum pie, which is not what you think. It's a very sweet chocolate pie. At the top of your to-do list, currently, get my GED. Doodletones did not get their GED. The hardest thing about growing up. A pet peeve. How people pronounce mana. Oh, mana.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to pause and rewind back a little bit to the hardest part about growing up because I always thought just like, it's rough growing up and going through high school and everything, but with what I know about Doodle and all of her fetishes, she might think that it's hard to grow up because she's no longer able to act like a toddler anymore because she does get off to acting like a fucking baby.
Babe.
Like, actually, it's really
This next
creepy.
response is literally that Shadow the Hedgehog meme. It's dot gif like the peanut butter. The creator said so. A pet peeve. How
Trying
people
to kill you.
pronounce mana. Most people pronounce it mana, which is incorrect, as it is spelled manha, and is a mushroomy-like food found commonly in the Old Testament. The mana we see in things like Magic the Gathering is pronounced mana. I don't care how people pronounce words because language is territorial. However, I do get set off when people use other words in place of that word, like using Colin for Kalog or Kalongi. Your scariest moment. That list is too long now. My family went hiking, and we brought my friend from 2nd grade with us, where by some rapids when my big brother fell in and my uncle jumped in to save him. Yep, my scariest moment doesn't even involve me, but I tend to avoid scary things, and things in general. Attitude about love? None. Funniest, most, the opposite sex, the worst feeling in the world. That moment when you feel you're dying. I actually choked myself until I went unconscious. Doesn't feel well. How did you do that? You physically shouldn't. You had to have help with something. A rope?
No. There are ways to do it. I'm not going to detail them. But like I am aware that there are a few ways that you can do that without like outright killing yourself.
This one's good. The best feeling in the world. The moment when you feel things are going your way. I don't like the word empowering that much, but you feel pretty damn powerful. So it's pretty damn empowering. Fucking lunatic. So, who sent this to you? No one. 6 people you tag. I don't care to tag anyone right now. And that was the whole too much info about Doodletones. We have history of Doodle, but because that's a YouTube video, we'll watch that on a different one.
We can't watch that. That was on her channel. That's gone.
No!
And the second one I had listed was on an alt account that is now permanently deleted. So you can't watch that one either.
We'll have to find those later. Either or. It doesn't matter.
Them.
Oh, okay.
I have them.
Then we will watch them later. Fuck you. Part 1. Degenerate discussions, rants on DeviantArt. Now we're getting into the real shit chat. But we have been live for an hour now. So we're going to take a short interlude. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to mute me and Lava. And I'm going to have the spinny doodle on screen. You guys can use the bathroom, do whatever you need to do. We'll be right back.
Well, years of life pass by, each passing night in the sky. But one little kid sits alone to cry. Who is that kid with pen and pad now ready to die? That's just Sean of the 4th grade, sitting alone with paper making an ace of spade. Intense playing cards, ready to raid. Fascinated with Yu-Gi-Oh! Always play. Used to play soccer with the kids on the field. Till John to get lost, he was ready to yield. But put with the ball as he wasn't wheeled. People aim for the head, so he used the goal. He could play soccer with the kids on the field. Told Sean to get lost, he was ready to yield. But put with the ball as he wasn't wheeled. People aim for the head, so he used the goal as a shield. As the kid went alone looking for a pal, the kid would sit down listening to Weird Al. So he tried playing basketball, but to hear foul, the kids all laughed, so he cried as if they were Simon Cowell. He tried playing kickball, baseball, and tag, but was tossed from each field like a frag. Clop, 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 planted boots on the asphalt after capture the flag. The kids didn't like Sean, felt he was a drag, but not a thought of suicide crossed his kid's mind, because he just thought they could kiss his behind. So he sat alone, picked on, discriminated, fined, because come 6th grade, he got worse than meat grind. So he felt each year he had no friend, till grade 9, his luck bend. As the kid went alone looking for a pal, the kid would sit down listening to Weird Al. So he tried playing basketball, but to hear foul, the kids all laughed, so he cried as if they were Simon Cowell. But not a thought of suicide crossed this kid's mind, because he just thought they could kiss his behind. So he sat alone, picked on a discriminated find, because come 6th grade he got worse than me cried. So he felt each year he had no friend to grade 9 his love bed.
Next to do rap, 1 for the dozen, 2 for the street, 3 for them dancing by the sound of his feet, 4 for the sunglasses and Pito Street, 5 for the guy not named Pipsqueak, and then active by his side, it's Doodle. Doodletones is who I am today, with an attitude on my chorus is short, it's a choreo.
And we are back. Hopefully you guys got everything you needed to. Did everything you needed to do. Because now we are getting into the real shit. All of that was just the beginning. All that was literally fucking nothing compared to what we're getting into now. Okay. This part covers all the journal entries that Doodle has made involving fetishes. 2012. This starts all the way back at the beginning of the end of the world, according to the Mayans, whoever cared about what they had to say. Something I've noticed about TG stories. So, babe, what does TG mean?
Transgender.
Yep. In most TG stories, the character who gets girlified or boyified has their clothing changed too. So that's like super fucking nitpicky. Like, one of the fun things to do when coming up with a gender swap version of a character is to anticipate how their style would change. If you gender swap a character and you keep them in the exact same clothing, it's pretty boring. I don't know why you would ever want to do that. Also, are these songs going to be released on the music channel? They should already be up on the music channel.
I'm pretty sure they are.
But yeah, I think that's stupid. I'm just asking what causes their clothes to change magically along with their body. I mean, it's magic usually. Girlification, as I imagine, it would only change the person. It can do whatever it wants to. It's magic. Not what they're wearing too. If it can change your body and your gender and your sexual organs, it can change your fucking clothes. Piccolo can change your clothes, but he can't change your genitals.
Cosby.
Just saying, if it was maybe a magical coat, maybe a magical spray, you're overthinking this. If it got on the clothes, I'd with no id imagine it would. But whatever. What do you... Do what you will, TG story writers, except for I'm going to complain about it. I appreciate reading those stories. Only because you're trans. 2013. I need help. An up-and-coming project I'm thinking of working on will require different forms of transformation sequences. I have femination in mind, but what are some other forms of transformation sequences? Doodletones was wanting you to give them fat material through recommendations. Edit. Never mind. I thought of enough. So you didn't need help.
I'm just going to say, because there is a little bit of like there is a bit of a shift after this point. Dylan was getting all of the fetish stuff, and I focused on, more specifically, the one that she says isn't a fetish. So there is way more fetish content that I just did not put in the doc. So, like, everything up at the top is also part of her fetishes. It's just not the main one. So I didn't bother to add it. Because they weren't as
2014.
offensive and, didn't really involve children.
2014. I think I remember why I quit role playing. XD that hides your tears. These past RPs I've done here, I respond, then constantly refresh my messages to see when they respond. I swear, I'm too obsessed over it. Your role playing is what would literally help doom your career. I hope you're happy about it. Looks like I'm leaving the
Doodle is
RPing.
17 there, by the way.
Yeah, looks like I'm leaving the RPing community again. You suck at role playing. Seriously. You implant diapers and transgenders into every story. I've done with you. You're too single-minded, and I never want to roleplay with you again. So Doodletones is not obsessed with diapers. Doodletones does not have a diaper fetish. But literally, they roleplayed with diapers so much, the people did not want to roleplay. Gooners did not want to goon with them because of how obsessed they were with diapers. But no diaper fetish. That's just people imagining things. It seemed like quite a few people agree with this guy. One person criticizes Doodle, Doodle dies. So I'll just go ahead and quit. I don't want to be annoying and boring to people. I was just trying to create my own style of role-playing that involved diapers, using the easiest two topics I could think of, which is diapers. But that's boring and annoying to people, so I'll quit while I'm behind. Boo-hoo, world's smallest violin. See you, roleplay community, on Chatango. You should have never been on there. DeviantArt, and the such. I'll miss you. New group, I'll try to kick off.
Chat, we're gonna take a small pause real quick after that one. Do you think she was true to her word and quit? I'll give you a clue. The answer is no.
Immediately. New group, I'll try to be kicking off. Oddballs and role players of DeviantArt. Immediately goes back to role playing. People can be dicks. I'm going on a little rant here, and doing quite a bit of name dropping, so sorry in advance. So I was trying to do was start a group, and since I'm not 100% sure I know how to manage a group, that can be fucking understatement of the century, I asked some of my favorite groups, Hourglass of Youth, and turned into a girl, Sexy Sonic, and The Process. That is very scary. Sexy Sonic and Age Regression, aging for subsistence. So, like, that is really saying something about the groups that she's into on how to run my group. Because, again, I am new to the whole group process. I had one before, but I didn't do much with it. Well, the owner of Hourglass of Youth, Turtwig Champion, was nice enough to respond, and I thank you for trying to help me out. By the way, on the other hand, turn into a girl group, which I have been a part of for a year, or two, by the way, marked mine as spam, which, honestly, I wasn't too happy about. However, this isn't the first time he has denied either me posting something to the group or commenting on the main profile. He did that back when I was still doing TF Poker, trying to push it out. But I forgave him. Oh, so generous, Doodle. Generous and magnanimous, Doodle. I forgave
Doodle is lying,
him.
by the way. Doodle says she forgives people and will apologize to people and all of this other stuff. Doodle never forgives. And Doodles never means it when she apologizes. That has been shown literally time and time and time again throughout her entire history online. So if Doodle says she's sorry, know that there's an extremely high chance she's not. And if Doodle says she forgives you, no, she does not. No,
But
she
I
does
forgave
not.
him, for he know not what he did, and moved on with my day. Now, talking back to Turk Twig Champion, he tried pointing me to a group to ask Strange Fascinations, another group that I love to look through from time to time, for help. Well, I am an idiot and didn't look at who the owner was. I just asked for help and moved on with my day. Apparently, the owner of Strange Fascinations is also the owner of Turn Into a Girl, who apparently, I guess, hates my guts now because he marked my comment as spam, blocked all contact with me, which kicked me out of Turn Into a Girl group, and I cannot post on his page to explain what was going on now. I can't even watch the fucking groups that I loved, which I don't find to be fair. Look, all my censored name dropping, you know who you are, and I hope you realize I didn't mean to spam those groups. I was simply asking for a little assistance on how to run a group. It's fine if you hate me, I guess. I understand. But seriously, how you responded was fucked up.
I want to point out that Doodle says she left a comment, and the comment was marked as spam. But then goes on to say, I didn't mean to spam. So, you won't be able to ever go back and actually see if Doodle spammed, but there's a really good chance that Doodles was spamming, trying to get their attention, and it pissed the person off, so she got banned.
People and fetish art, a short rant. So, I went to a poll for Choose Their Fate, and I saw things that were less than satisfying because they didn't involve a diaper. Because I cannot post screenshots. I had 2 screenshots of people complaining about diaper choice that was removed from the poll. Now, here's where the rant starts. I understand if you feel uncomfortable with some fetish art. It's not for everyone. I get it. However, this doesn't mean thrashing is acceptable. For example, one of the screenshots say, "What is it with people and diapers? I'll never understand why people would like to see teens and adults in something for babies." First off, this is very false, obviously ignorant, and a dumb thing to say, as there are such things as adult diapers, which means it's okay.
I think it's oblivious.
Oh. Sorry.
False, oblivious, and ignorant statement.
Okay. This is very false, oblivious, and ignorant statement. As there are such things as adult diapers, which means that it's okay if I wear diapers, Mom. And
well, those ones aren't like the kind that she's into. Like those try to give you some dignity. That's not what Doodles is into. So.
Well, I don't know from experience. Some are said to be very comfy. But I believe the appeal of adult baby diaper lovers community, as told by Richard Kuda, is the appeal to feel young again. At least, that's the appeal I see. I imagine everyone has their own opinion on the subject. That's what I see, which is the most point of my RPs. Diapers are available. I can see the appeal for it, mainly just for me. And honestly, I didn't have to search to find out where the appeal comes from.
It is literally mostly just for her, because until she swapped over to the other one and made it full on, this is what I'm doing, these are the fucking role plays I'm doing, this is what's going to be involved. If you were doing a role play with her, and it was optional that you could do the diaper thing, and you said, I don't want that, please do not give that to me, she would literally force it on you. There are other options. And in other roleplays at the time, like, the other people who didn't say they had a preference would be allowed to have some of the other options. If you specified you did not want that, she would force it. Like, it's literally... No, it's fucking bullshit.
I didn't have to search far to find out where an appeal comes from. People who don't look are obviously close-minded about the subject. This goes for breast/butt expansion. At first, I didn't see the appeal of it, but that's because I didn't have time to look. After I dove into the realm, I do see the appeal of having two huge body pillow-like breasts on your chest. I guess the overall message I'm trying to make is play devil's advocate. Like my diapers. Don't let them die in vain. You don't have to like it, but at least look at both sides of things. Try to experience it, no thank you. And try to look for an appeal before making your ignorant statements, please.
As a woman, I cannot find an appeal for the breast or butt expansion. And, I don't want to try to find an appeal in the other one because it's just gross. So, no. I'd rather be ignorant. I'd rather be an oblivious, ignorant person than look into this shit. Like, it's just fucking gross. No, thank you.
Old drawings. They make me sad. I drew a lot of trans pictures, but I also drew a lot of pictures of transformations. I should probably post them one day when I find my scanner cord. A tragedy. Vacuums.
No, not the vacuums.
Weird analogy about vacuums. They're kind of like little kids. They eat everything in sight. Then they use their bag diaper. A bagless vacuum is like a kid being potty trained. And the compartment for the trash container is like a little plastic potty because you always have to dump it out. I think I need to step away from DeviantArt.
Yeah, I agree. I think you do. You're nasty. Like,
Yeah.
I literally don't know how the fuck you look at something like a goddamn vacuum and think, oh, that reminds me of a little kid. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Doodle's
Like,
favorite
what the
subjects,
actual
little
fuck is wrong
kids and
with you?
diapers.
Oh, no, it literally is, and it's so fucking gross.
Vacuums, ... Yes, Doodle just sexualized the vacuum. That is what you just
Sexualize
heard.
a vacuum into being a child. How do you do that? How do you do that?
My top 3 pet peeves of TFing that even I do. Time to be a hypocrite, but it won't make me wrong. It's obvious by now that I enjoy transformation sequences here on DeviantArt. Hell, I roleplay them, sometimes as a child. But I must say, like all things are great.
Mostly as a child.
I do find some things that bug me about certain transformations, like when you don't want to be in a diaper, that I can catch myself doing from time to time. I'll share them with you today. Please don't, Doodle. I don't plan on making people change their ways.
Please don't.
This is just some things to get off my chest. These are not in any specific order. I remember it so you don't have to, as I dislike them all about the same. And I'm also only talking about things I've found and done in RPs and pictures. Age swap. Forgetfulness of the boyfriend. Example. Description. Anytime the big sister pisses off the little sister before a date, the little sister swap ages with the big sister to get the now little sister's date. When the date arrives, he talks to the now big sister as if he's always had a crush on her. Reason. This bugs me, simply for the reason that the then big sister never really calls for it. I'm gonna say this, the reason why it fucking bugs Doodle is because the big sister isn't now thinking like a baby, and the little sister isn't still a baby in an adult body.
No. The issue, and it's going to be brought up, the issue is actually the guy doesn't look at the toddler and go, oh, you're my girlfriend.
And then walk away with the lolly.
The guy doesn't look. The guy goes over to his girlfriend's house, who has a little sister, sees an older sister and a younger sister, and automatically assumes, as anyone logically would, that the older sister is his girlfriend, and that the little child is just the little sister. Doodle is actually mad that the guy does not look at the little child and go, "That's my girlfriend," and walk away with the child. Like, unironically, that's what Doodle is mad about.
Reason. This bugs me simply for the reason that the then big sister never really calls for it. So it's just kind of mean-spirited. And the few times she does deserve it, the boyfriend never sees the then big sister as the victim she is. We always see the boyfriend all herp de derp and say, "Well, you're my age, you must be my girlfriend." And clearly, this small person who looks like someone I spent a good majority of my time with is just your little sister. Some could argue that this is just a memory spell being used, which, by the way, magic is bullshit. If you use magic in anything, I'll just agree with you, because magic can do anything. But yet, we never see it being casted on him, and that's the stupidest thing to ever fucking say. Side note, I use boyfriends because sisterly rivalry is the most common use of this. However, I do remember seeing a male version of this trope.
I think any rational person, because, like, this is clearly someone's fetish. I think any rational person, like, they wouldn't see the small person as, "Oh, yeah, you're my girlfriend." They would just see them as being the little sister. But because Doodle is interested in children, she's like, "Why don't you see the child as what she really is? She's your girlfriend, even though she's a fucking child
Do I
now."
regret defending Doodletones? Well, when I defended Doodletones, I didn't know they genuinely had the diaper fetish. They lied to me. And I didn't realize that it was Medicare that they were feuding with. They just told me that it was some guy. So, yes. I've said this for years. I deeply fucking regret defending Doodle. Especially because Doodle's a backstabbing traitor. A paranoid little lunatic who fucking can't trust anybody. So of course I regret it. Gender swap magical clothing. Example. Description. Anytime a guy transformed into a girl or vice versa, his clothes transforms along with him for a mere feminine version. Yeah, we already went over this. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter. The clothing doesn't matter. If they can already turn into a girl, nothing stops their clothes from changing with them. Gender swap, hair and eye color change. Description. Anytime a guy is transformed into a girl or vice versa, his hair color will sometimes change. Reason. It's just a personal preference. I want to be a girl, and I want my hair color to stay the same. There. I read between the lines for you. Another.
No, it's actually because of Ramna 1/2. Like, unironically, it's actually because of that. Because despite it being two different people, because they change between the two, it's like, why is it changing?
Oh, really? It's Ramna?
I think Black...
Well, the whole thing about Ramna is that's a thing to help the audience, because like Ramna as the male version and the female version look nearly identical. So it's like Goku turning Super Saiyan and Vegeta turning Super Saiyan. Like, you have to not color in Vegeta's hair, or else you wouldn't be able to tell when he's Super Saiyan or not.
Yeah, Doodle did not get that.
Another equal fetish rant. God, how many fetish rants do we have?
No, super heavy weapons guy. All I'm going to say is, for the longest time, I thought it was just like the diaper shit, and I didn't really fucking care. Doodles tried to say she was groomed into it, and in her own video, like, she showed evidence that she wasn't, and it really annoyed me. And then I found evidence that that's not it. Actually, there's a lot of evidence suggesting that she is sexually attracted to children, and the majority of her roleplays involved that, and it pissed me the fuck off. So this doc exists now.
Yeah. Another fetish rant. Well, it looks like Kiva was worried for nothing. Or was she? DeviantArt will let you know for sure. How is it that we can have blood, gore, and semen on DeviantArt, but never pee or poop? Why is it the ABDL community is discriminated against? Because they want to use their diapers correctly. Doodletones, an advocate for using your diaper correctly. Look, if people
It's just
can...
sad that a place like DeviantArt of all places is like, yeah, no, that's too far. That's really nasty because it's DeviantArt.
Look,
Like,
if people don't like messy, wet
ugh.
diapers, stay off of both the recent page and pages about ABDLs. That's it. We get preferential treatment. Get fucked. Don't shut
I'm
down
just going to
accounts
say,
because of it. As I
I'm
heard
just
this
going
has
to say,
happened.
if you don't have an account, there's like at least back then, I don't know if things have changed. If you didn't have an account, there was no way for you to like filter images. If you didn't have an account, you were often put on the new page or the featured page, which was 99% of the time fetish shit. And there wasn't really a way for you to like not see it. So, and fetish shit because there's so much shit like Fee and like Giantess and stuff like that that's obvious fetish stuff but doesn't have genitalia. Uh, you didn't, and I think still don't. I don't know because I don't look at fetish shit on DeviantArt. You don't have to censor it, which is really fucked up. So there's so much fetish shit on DeviantArt that just goes completely uncensored
Doodle,
because they're like, well,
Pamperchew, and Richard
there's no
Kuda.
genitalia, so it's fine.
Doodles, Pamperchew, and Richard Kuda uniting would be the end of the world.
God.
To the people RPing with me. This weekend I may not respond to RPs. That's because I'll be taking care of my grandmother, who hates that I roleplay, and thinks I'm a degenerate transgender mental case regarding the sun censors. So I'm moving accounts. Why? Because my grandmother did see my DeviantArt. Thinks I have a mental illness. A mental illness? I wonder why your grandmother thinks you have a mental illness. And doesn't realize that some of the stuff I post online may just be for fun. So if you want a link to the account to which I'll be posting more stuff on, note me. Because I don't want her finding that account. Grandmas are always very tech savvy. You can now thank my little brother for telling my grandma that this account existed. Now back to censoring about 4 years of art. That means there's 4 years of stuff that is gone for the better, honestly.
By the way, it's not gone. It's censored. It's still up. It's not gone.
I know.
At this point in time, at the point in time that was posted, Doodles was an adult. And I'm going to say right here, right now, there is a shift. When Doodle was a minor, they weren't explicitly sexual. After Doodle turned 18, they became a lot more explicitly sexual.
Psst, it's me. Thanks to my brother, I now have to hide my art here. This is literally Greg Heffley. See, my brother told my grandmother that I have a DeviantArt, so she found it, and well, she had a panic. Someone needs to take these and like make them into Diary of a Wimpy Kids panels, but with Doodle. It'd be hilarious. These little rants really remind me of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. She had a panic attack over all my fetish things. She thought I had a mental illness because of it. So I'll be posting most of my art here, and my grandma-friendly art on my old account. So, that should explain why I moved. I fucking hate it when people move accounts, but it's either that or live with a grandmother who may take me to some mental hospital one day. That would be a good thing, though, because you need to be in one. I'm still alive, Doodle. Enough said. I try to make RPs open so everyone can play. Sure, I may have a bias towards diapers, but to be fair, that's because the majority of people I RP'd with were ABDL supporters. I've never complained about people not liking it. And it's something that kinda struck with me. However, I do my best to allow interpretations to flood into the RPs. Though, whenever I do this, I wind up getting the short end of the stick because I don't want to put on the diaper. Most of the best examples come from my other account. I would rather not be stuck with. That can go on too far and winds up just transforming me and calling it a day. The best example of what I'm talking about is anything Anther related. Sure, if you don't mind battle RPs, you could throw together a nice Pokemon TFRP and go a while. However, I really dislike battle RPs because they don't involve diapers, due to some really shitty experiences and not so shitty experiences, which is the problem. So that's why I avoid anthropomorphism the majority of the time. There just isn't enough to do with animals. Animals don't wear diapers. Now, because I don't do anther things often, I get people complaining about some of the other aspects I choose to implement, like diapers, specifically diaper-related content. See above. But this is because most of the things you could do with diaper content can be very story-driven. Same thing with animal content. I'll play devil's advocate with the furries, Doodle. I prefer them over you. Yeah, surprisingly. Especially if the diaper relation goes with something else. Example, Fountain of Youth, Hourglass Reversal, Rebooting Life, etc.
I'm going to say this. Before we get into any of her roleplays, that is just flat out not true. Like, I haven't seen the majority of the shit she's recommended that involves the fetish. Because, ew, I'm not going to look at that. And two, I've read Doodle's roleplays. There's no fucking story. There is literally no story. So, it's just a flat out fucking lie. Also, super heavy weapons guy. If there is a family member who is into the same stuff, I would have them checked into therapy. Like, I would worry that they might have been abused as a child or they might be into children. And both are heavy concerns.
And it's just simpler to do. Same with TG, but it seems everyone and their mothers are okay with life, etc. And it's just and gender bending. And at this point, I want more than just gender bends. I want diapers. I want to add stuff to it. And simply, the best thing I found is a bit of AR and diaper content. So basically, if you're not open to all things, mainly diapers, sorry, friend, you're going to have to take your padless ass somewhere else. This goes for everyone, not just the guy above.
I'm going to say this for anyone who has not caught on yet. What was the AR? AG? I think it was AR. That stands for age regress. So, just a little bit of tidbit of information as we slowly go on. Because I'm pretty sure this is now on the account where she was explicitly 18 plus. Like, Doodles made the SD Doodler account after she turned 18.
Well, now we are getting back in the personal territory again. DeviantArt's 15th. How long have you been on DeviantArt? Since November 2011. What does your username means? Doodletones. Musical Doodle. SD the Doodler. Susie Doodle. The Doodler. Describe yourself in 3 words. Stupid, terrible, and attention-seeking, which is actually 4 words. Or, so I have been told, with the last one at least. Are you left or right-handed? Right. Even though I'm trying to learn how to be left-handed before. I guess I gave up on it. What was your first deviation? Probably something terrible. What is your favorite type of art to create? Fetish art. Mostly diapers. If you could instantly master a different art style, what would it be? Anime. The obvious choice, because my art sucks. What was your first favorite?
Anime isn't even a proper answer because there's anime isn't a a style of art. There's so many
Just
different art
anime.
styles that fall under the
Just anime.
anime art style, in quotes.
What type of art do you tend to
What
favorite the
anime?
most? Diaper art. That's not even me shitting on you. Like, that's real diaper art. She's a diaper art.
But,
Who is your
yeah,
favorite
no, literally.
deviant artist? Gosh, that's a tough choice. I couldn't just choose one. It'd be a long list. If you could meet anyone on DeviantArt in
That's a good
person,
idea,
who
and
would
I
it
don't
be?
like any of them.
No one ever. Most deviant artists don't seem approachable, and the ones that do seem approachable aren't people I'd want to meet in fear I'd do something to fuck up our friendship. Yeah, Doodle, you'd fuck up any friendship you're in.
I didn't say anime isn't art. I said anime is not a specific art style.
How has a fellow deviant impacted your life?
Yeah, thank you, Robot 47.
There actually hasn't been any deviants who impacted my life. What are your preferred tools to create art? Pencil, paper, then scanner, and paint.net. What is the most inspirational place for you to create art? Nowhere, honestly. I just create ideas and put them on paper. What is your favorite DeviantArt memory? My favorite memories are actually ones where I got noticed by people I don't consider friends enough to point to where they draw something for me. Contest or no, it's still cool. And now we're on to the next part. My disdain for official gender bends. It's time for a bit of hypocrisy again. I don't like official gender bends, like Robin from Fire Emblem, or Fiona from Adventure Time, or as recently, Linkle from Hyrule Warriors. By the way, Linkle is just a girl who looks like Link. She's not Link, and I'm pretty sure Robin is related to Marth. So I wouldn't consider those to be real gender bends. Now, why is this, I hear you asking? Getting quite confused? Aren't Kashimashi, and Ramna two of your favorite animes?
I think it's Kashimashi.
Well, yes and no. I do really enjoy both shows, but it is not actually the gender bending I like. Kashimashi tells a very interesting story, which keeps you hooked the whole time through, and Ramna has done some well done humor. I actually hate the fact that these shows have official gender bends, missing the whole point of the show. See, when anything has official gender bend, it really leaves no room for creativity and prevents me from drawing them as a girl because I want to be a girl. The joy of fan art is what would happen if X character was in situation Y. And in the specific case of gender bending, is to imagine the character X looks like as the opposite sex. When an official gender bending happens, like in the case of Ramna or Fiona, you basically have an answer for the question. Thus, it stuns creativity for the fan base, because drawing Finn in any other way but Fiona would be incorrect. The answer is Fiona is Finn. Oh, Finn is Fiona. That's becoming a tongue twister. And then you must move along. I don't know. From how I see it, it just shrugs off the imagination of people. Maybe that's just me. And before anyone brings up Michael to S, Sean to Susie, Sammy to Sid, no one knows your characters. Don't think.
No. All of these characters, all of the characters listed out are Doodle Sonas. Like, all of them are Doodle.
I know.
And I want to specifically point out Sid there, because Sid is specifically denoted by Doodle to be a pervert.
Yeah. I know they're all Doodle, and I know Sid's a pervert.
Also, Doodle ships, or at least used to ship,
Doodle
himself with, like, the trans version. Like...
Yeah, she would ship the Doodle one with Sid.
This is sexual for Doodle, because Rule 63, gender bending, is not inherently sexual. Doodles does see it as sexual, though, and someone specifically asked Doodle to gender bend someone for them, and she explicitly refused to gender bend them because the person was a child. Like, it is sexual for her. I would never see gender bending someone as, like, a sexual thing, but Doodles does. So, like, this is all sexual for her.
Don't think of them as official gender bends. I never want anyone to think of those characters as gender bends. That's why I tried making them their own characters. Again, maybe that's just me.
Also, that was in 2022 when someone was asking her to make someone a gender bend version of their son, and she refused to do it because the person was a child. So, like, this was after they were already kind of in hot water for shit that was happening in the FCK that wasn't quite public yet.
Okay, top 10 favorite DeviantArt comics. Alright, time to do a favorites list. I often enjoy reading comics on DeviantArt because I get updated on what they do. I don't often read comics outside of DA, lowercase d, capital A. Because of this, there's a few I've fallen behind on most. So basically, I want to praise the people who give me comics to read and have me always wanting more. Unfortunately, I don't want to spam tag, so none of them will hear my thanks, more than likely. Just know they will in spirit. Also, a heads up for those who just stumble across this, I don't know, maybe on some troll's YouTube channel 10 years from now. Like maybe 80% of this list is just some relation to fetish art or of some kind. What a shock. Even if that's not the intent, fetishes infinitely interest me. So, of course, I'll be drawn more towards to those kind of works. Also, my rule is they at one point have to be on DeviantArt. And I had to have seen them here. So the comic had to be on DeviantArt and Doodle had to find the comic on DeviantArt. So that automatically excludes Bleed Man's works, unfortunately. I'm not shocked you're into Bleed Man. So, let's do this
I don't know who that is, but
I've shown you Bleed Man before.
I don't remember. I've wiped that from my memory. I'm going to assume it was terrible.
And be vague as possible about it. Mari Party, and that's not Mario Party. That's Mari Party. If you want a cute mystery that surrounds itself in chaos and silliness, I would recommend this one. While I'm not the greatest fan of giantesses and minis, it can be overlooked by a cast of characters that are fun to read and a story that, while can be hard to follow at times, hooked me pretty instantly. And you can see just how much of it I had to censor. How much of it I could not show you. And I'm not clicking on the links. Big sister
God, no,
problems.
Please do not.
Big sister problems. Doodle wanted a sister. As if writing this journal. This only has 4 pages, so it is still in its early stages. And while it's not what I expected, I am enjoying it so far. The idea behind hypnotism and mental age regression can work out for some pretty fun scenarios that, while it may not go to those, will still open up for some small things that I am predicting will be fun to read as the story goes on. God only knows what Doodle meant by that. And yet again, you can see I had to censor it. There's 3 girls of varying ages in diapers. Very loaded diapers. I cannot show you this.
Ew. I don't remember any of these at all. Like, for the most part, none of the images stuck in my mind, thank God. But, like, just looking at it, even with it censored, it's just like,
Crazy girlfriend with remote laser gun. This one is a silly idea of body part switching items. Is certainly fun. To be experimented with. I need to read that over again. This one is just silly. The idea of body part switching items is certainly fun. One that needs to be experimented with. And thus far has the characters, while not deep, don't need to be for this comic to be as enjoyable as it is. Because the enjoyment comes from the story.
Oh.
That goes with silly hijinks and laughably awkward situations.
So whatever the fuck this story is, I don't know, because I haven't looked at any of these. I'm not going to. Whatever the fuck this story is, this one doesn't have a deep story, but chapter 3 of Miko ni Harassment, that one has a deep story. It gets deep as fuck, apparently, in Doodle's own words. Okay.
Crossplay. Okay. What this is about is in its title alone, but that's pretty overshadowed by the idea that had a lot put into it. It's basically a comic that took the basic premise and ran with it to create an original story that I have yet not to read, even if it has been a while since the last page, being November 25th of last year. I still can't wait until the next page. And as you can see, yet again, a whole lot more stuff I had to censor. Stuff I did not feel comfortable showing you guys.
I can't really make anything out, but it looks like it's probably sexual.
Bodysuit 23. This certainly is something. A magical bodysuit that temporarily transforms you into that person. It's an idea that's both cute and interesting.
People with those fetishes are fucking freaks. Jesus Christ.
And can lead to some funny hijinks. And has with characters that are as cute and interesting and funny as this comic. And as of writing this, it left us on a cliffhanger. Unwanted care. I like the story of this one. A girl gets trapped in a world where she is seen as a child and winds up slowly becoming one and winds up getting the title Unwanted Care that she needs. While not the best comic I've read to deal with ABDL themes, this one certainly had heart put into it. It's unfortunate that the creator hasn't made a page in almost a year, March 14th of last year.
You know, we're only 24 pages into this, and I'm already tired of this shit. I'm already done, and I know it only gets worse.
Stupid Fox.
I hate that the Fox is on here compared to everything else.
The most well-known on this list. Stupid Fox really needs not much explaining for those who haven't seen the silly fox on this magical journey. Just know this much. It is a wonderful silly comic that can make me laugh without any dialogue, or, at the very least, minimal dialogue, with a cut and paste 4-panel structure that often breaks the idea of having cut and 4-paste panel structure.
I hate that the cute fox is on the same list of all of that depravity.
Here's a target for Mr. Medicare, found by Toddler Girl. The artist has since moved on. Didn't Jim talk about Toddler Girl?
I think this was one of Doodle's favorites, wasn't it?
Yeah, didn't Jim talk about Toddler Girl? If I'm not mistaken.
I think he did. He got a whole harassment campaign because of that.
Yeah.
And this was he was going to cover Toddler Girl like right before Doodle decided to fucking jump in and be like, no you don't. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to defend.
Don't you talk about her, you son of a bitch.
There
he is. That's Doodletones.
No, it's not. Kick him out. Don't give him his jacket.
Okay, the artist has since moved on to Fur Affinity for whatever reason. However, most of the pages are still on her DeviantArt, and that's where I was introduced to this comic. The story follows Jim and her mental breakdown of childhood trauma and stress as she wishes for explanations in her life and tries to recall a lot of her history. That said, the comic can mood swing on a dime, as it tends to go from really dark and depressing to really cute and childish within a page. I can't wait for the creator to expand on this. And you left out like all the fetish stuff that the comic is actually about.
Oh yeah, wow, what a shock.
Number 2, When Wishes Come True. The best comic I have ever read relating to ABDL themes. This takes the idea of being careful with what you wish for in a much more serious tone than I've ever seen done before.
The comics on here are specifically that.
The artist moved on to Omorashi since I've read due to the themes that DeviantArt absolutely despises, that being diapers. I really would love to check this one out, even if you don't like diaper-themed stories, just because this is great story writing.
I heavily doubt that.
Number 1.
Doubt that.
Is it summer yet? While When Wishes Come True has amazing story writing, I can fault it for having characters that are pretty much written around the story. It still works, don't get me wrong, but I much more enjoy the stories that are written, where the characters and the story must interact together. And Is It Summer Yet has that going for it and is still kind of early-ish in its story. And at least from what I can tell, so much more to come. And I await when it does. Anyway, that's my list for now. I'm not telling you anything about the story. Goodbye!
Yeah, I'm confused. Like, I know you have it censored, so I'm really concerned. But, like, I don't know anything about the story.
Not gonna tell you anything about the story.
There was no details.
Goodbye! Okay, and that was all of the part 1 of this document. I think that will be a good point to wrap it up. We streamed for almost...
we were just starting to get into the good shit.
I know,
and you're wrapping it up.
We're wrapping it up for now. We got 1 hour, 51 minutes into this. I think we can take a break.
I was hoping we would just be able to, like, get through all of this, shotgun it, because, like...
How many pages? We have so many pages left. There's no way we can do it all in one night.
It's because you spent an hour reading the 100 Things About Me section.
We got done with the introduction. Next time, we're moving on to the gross shit. So if you guys
it only goes downhill from here.
If you guys liked this...
This is the soft part. This is the light-hearted part, if there ever was one. This is the tip of the iceberg.
If you guys
Can I share the link in chat?
Yeah, go for it. If you guys liked this, be sure to keep an eye on the channel.
You can do your homework and read ahead of us.
Be sure to keep an eye out on the channel because we're going to be covering more of this. I do work a full-time job shift, so it'll have to be on my days off that I come back to this. But we will cover the whole document. And I will be streaming this until we are out of document to read. And then I may do a couple more Doodle streams going over some videos Doodle's made that's really weird. But right now I'm guaranteeing you, we will get through this document. We will cover this whole fucking document. So, stay tuned. I have Wednesdays and Saturdays off.
Doodles has done so much. Doodles is actually a fucking problem.
I have Wednesdays and Saturdays off, so it'll probably be Saturday that we come back. But yeah, if anyone in the chat has anything to say before we wrap this up for now, go ahead and say something. We've got, like, I want to say 6 more minutes left on the clock, maybe 7 minutes. So, let's just chat until time runs up.
You guys, if you tune back in, are only going to be tortured more. I hope you know that. Because, It literally only gets worse from here. I made sure it's like it's like a cascade. You start up at the top where it's not that bad, and just the further down you go, the worse it gets.
Nah, we're all in for the worst. We're gonna keep going until we no longer can feel anything deep down inside.
Yeah, the chat is actually going to be traumatized by the end of this.
Look at the bar. Look at the bar on the screen. It's all the way up
It'd be
here.
longer.
38
If
out
I
of
had it my way, it'd be longer.
512.
If I had it my way, it would be longer. There is so much that did not get included. I can't even begin to describe to you guys the sheer amount that did not get included. Because there's a lot. I got whined at and bitched at that it was getting too long, so it's shorter than I wanted it to be. There is so much.
How does anyone like her and Birdie have community fan base? It boggles me the mind of why others defend and follow them.
I genuinely don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know how either. Okay, no, I will say, I partially think Doodles has one because Doodles has had people run defense for her. Like, Ponder has run defense for her since 2016. Like, there's been people running defense for Doodles and protecting Doodles and gaslighting people into thinking that this stuff was not true. As Doodles sits back and allows predators, pedophiles, groomers into her community and ousting others because I don't like you, and you know what? You're a friend of someone who's friends with a groomer, so you have to go. You're a problem person. But you who has directly groomed a minor, I like you, so you can stay. Like, Doodles is genuinely a terrible person who has no morals, who is a degenerate who does not care about the safety of children. That has been shown multiple times already with the FCK alone, and now the defense video being uncovered where she blatantly defended George Raccoon, who had blatantly groomed. I think it was multiple minors. I could be mistaken. I'm not entirely sure on that entire situation. I know it was at least someone named Leo, and had the victims apologize. Like, Doodles is a terrible person. But Doodles keeps having people run defense and agree and nod along and say, yep, Doodles is a good person. I don't know why. I don't know how. As for Birdie, I honest to God don't know how that happened. I honest to God don't know why Birdie has a fan base in the slightest. Like, I genuinely don't understand that one.
Oh, God. I don't even know what a Birdie is. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows nothing about the Birdie drama. I've tried explaining it to him. He does not understand. And I don't blame him.
Birdie is past
Like,
my
he doesn't
time.
understand what the
I
fuck
have
a Birdie
no idea
is.
who Birdie is. Birdie was not in the community when I was, as far as I'm aware.
Well, Birdie isn't technically in this community. Birdie is animation meme community. So like it makes sense because even though I wasn't in the animation meme community, I heard a lot of drama going on from that community. So honestly, I think it would have to be Doodles. Because as terrible as Birdie is, I don't think Birdie has directly told someone that they need to apologize to the person who groomed them and gaslit them and told them that they are lying and that they are well, because you as a minor, you didn't set a boundary with the groomer, you're the fault. It's your fault. You're the person at fault. The groomer is an innocent party. The groomer did nothing wrong. Like, I don't think Birdie ever did that. Like, Birdie has done a lot of fucked up shit, and I'm not defending Birdie. Birdie can go fuck himself. But Doodle has directly allowed multiple terrible people to be around children that she knew was grooming people. Like, she knew about Toasty. She knew about Toasty grooming people for 4 years before the FCK came out. She knew Ben the Looney was drawing, like OKKO porn and other shit like that. She knew that he had allegations around him, liked his stuff, and didn't say anything about him. She knew George Raccoon was grooming people and excused it and had him come back into the community. And all of these people have been around very young children. And Doodles knew that. And Doodles allowed it. Like, and there is apparently more people than just that. Like, who have groomed people, and Doodle knew them. So, like, they're both terrible. I think Doodle might be worse.
I think Doodle is, like, other than, like, the actually offending, like, pedos in their community, Doodle is, like, definitely one of the worst in their community, just for how much connection she had, how much power and influence she had, and how much she used it to do bad things.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually not sure who you're talking about suicide baiting, because Doodle and Birdie both would suicide bait. Doodle would go into people's DMs and cry about how she's drinking rubbing alcohol so she can get used to the taste so she can kill herself by drinking it. And, like, she would cry about, oh, I'm drinking bleach because I'm depressed, I want to kill myself. And a bunch of shit like that in people's DMs all the fucking time. And would sometimes mention it in videos. I'm pretty sure Birdie did it too, but I'm not 100% on that because I don't keep up with Birdie as much. Because Birdie drama, like, Jesus Christ. He ate liars more so Doodles is worse. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we have
it's pretty bad.
reached the end of the stream. If you guys like this, hit the like button. If you really like it, share it around to anybody who hates Doodletones in particular. And if you want to see the next stream when it happens, and it definitely will, subscribe. We're very hyped to be bringing you this content, and we're hyped to be doing more
Hyped is
Doodle
not the word I
bullying
would
content.
Hyped is the wrong word.
I'm hyped. I want to bully Doodletones. Yay. But yeah.
I want to die inside.
Just like with the Bo Black's bully streams, when we finish the series, it will be wrapped up into one big video. So, just know, this is technically one big series, and eventually it will have an end point. But until next time, bye guys.